Hello, my name is Anastasia and I am a RN in the Cath Lab Recovery Room at Spring Hill Medical Center. Cath Lab is an area of the hospital that specializes in cardiac procedures. My job as an RN in the Cath Lab Recovery Room is to begin by preparing patients for their procedures. Once they are prepared for their procedures, then they go back to have a number of different cardiac procedures done, including left heart caths, right heart caths, pacemakers, ablations, all the way up to finding out that they need to have open heart surgery. Once they've had these procedures, they can come back to recovery room, where then I will recover them after their procedure, assess their status, and provide any type of care specialized to their needs. Certain things that I might do for patients once they arrive to recovery include monitoring vital signs, making sure their blood pressure, heart rate, respirations, and oxygenation is within the normal limits. Also, I might provide medication assistance to help keep patients comfortable, along with pain or anxiety, or also help with underlying disease, such as blood pressure issues. In the recovery room, we also start IVs. We can also place catheters, as well as get a full medical history, including surgical history, family history, what medications they currently take. One big part of my job is to educate patients and family members. I can educate the patients about the procedures themselves and about what to do after the procedures to keep themselves healthy. Typically, I work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, no weekends, no holidays. And typically my day is about moderately stressed, but on certain occasions, my day can become extremely stressed, especially whenever a patient becomes hemodynamically unstable. Working in the cath lab, you must be a registered nurse. You can have a 2-year degree from a community type college, but they do prefer you having a 4-year degree from some type of university. During nursing school, you will have the opportunity to do clinicals where you can visit different areas of the hospital, including the cath lab, where you will get introduced to these types of procedures and these types of areas. And that is your opportunity to learn about everything that you need to know as a registered nurse, and it will prepare you to take your national license exam at the end of the year, which will then license you to be a registered nurse to work in a facility such as this. Some valuable characteristics to have as a registered nurse to be able to work in this type of environment is to be able to multitask, to be able to have good teamwork, to be very personable, and most of all to be caring. The best part about working in the cath lab is not only the great people and the great environment, but it is also the learning opportunities that you have, from learning new disease processes to new procedures to learning new ways to even care for people. Also, another really good thing about working in the cath lab is the fast-paced, high intensity. Working in the cath lab, I love my job, and I don't really see a bad part, but something that you do need to be prepared for is the emotional situations that you may encounter, such as family members and patients receiving bad news, such as patients going for emergency surgery and about to have something that they were not prepared to hear or even prepared to have. My advice for future RNs is to make sure that you keep your grades up. Nursing is very competitive, and having a high GPA is very important. Also, another point I would say would be to maybe try to get a job working as a patient care assistant, or maybe even a phlebotomist in the hospital while you go through nursing school, to help you prepare for working in the hospital environment, and to also meet people and to learn new things about the hospital. As a nurse, always make sure that you care about what you do and that you love what you do, because at the end of the day, you are working with so many different types of people and personalities and people from different areas of life. So just make sure that you just love what you do.